If nobody's criticizing you, then you're probably not doing anything worth noting. Success isn't quiet. It gets attention, and not all of this attention is good. And hate is a byproduct of visibility. So the more you grow, the more you'll have eyes on you, the more likely you are to receive hate. Now, you can't be seen without being judged, and this is just straight human nature. Comfort does not create impact, right? Playing it safe always keeps you under the radar. If you're not receiving hate, if you're not receiving any backlash for what you're doing, then you're probably living life under the radar in your comfort zone. And greatness is very it's very polarizing. If you're doing something powerful, something to better yourself, people are more likely to push back and give you hate for what you are doing. And it's for the main reason that people do this is because they're just jealous and insecure. And haters often see what you are doing in life, and it's oftentimes the ones who really don't have anything going for themselves, or they're too scared to start doing something for themselves, and they wish that they did have something going for themselves, and they think the only way to combat this is to put you down for what you are doing. In simple terms, man, your hard work, the work you are putting in the gym, in the kitchen, at school, online, on your own business, it reminds other people of the effort that they lack. And people hate what they don't understand, but they also hate what they secretly admire. And when you're doing things that they aren't doing, they are going to hate. It's a natural part of this. I haven't been posting for that long. I've really been only posting for a couple months, but I've received a lot of hate comments across all platforms, mostly about my physique and stuff like that. But when I go to look at these people's profiles or respond to them in any way possible, it's always somebody who's less than you. You are never going to receive hate from somebody who has made it or has been through what you've been through. So what you need to remind yourself when you receive this hate or you're trying to respond to hate is that these people have never been in a situation like you are in. They wish they were, but whether they're nervous to start or they just don't want it as much as you, they're going to hate on you for it. And like I said, the only people you'll ever receive hate from are people who are lower than you. You'll never see somebody who's reached their maximum potential hating on somebody who's just starting. It's because they know what it's like to be there. They've been in that exact situation, and they know you put your mind to it, you're going to get something done. And this criticism is a sign that you are making progress. As you're making these waves in life, and you're surpassing your previous expectation of what you could do. You're working hard on yourself, and you are developing. You are becoming that next better version of yourself. And the moment you start getting this attention and you start to build yourself up is when these critics appear. And it's not like that for a reason. You're not walking down the street one day and just getting hated on for absolutely no reason. Nobody's going to comment on one of my personal Instagram posts that they hate me, right? It's because it's normal. Everybody does that. But the posts of me doing better, the posts of me making progress, my transformation will receive hate because none of these people have ever done it. None of these people have gone through that trials, those tribulations to actually get to that next point, right? Even like legends do receive hate. Think about NFL or NBA, like Kobe, LeBron, like OBJ, anybody like that. Questionable choice there. But they all receive hate. And it's because they're doing something that matters, you know? So just remind yourself of that anytime you receive hate. Now, to kind of go off this, it's impossible to please everyone, all right? Haters are going to be haters, and the people who support you are going to support you. There is no reason to try to please these people who are trying to put you down, because you're just going to water yourself down then, and you'll stay stuck. When you receive hate, that should trigger something in your mind that you are doing something correct, and you should double down and keep doing this. Because if you do not, and if you try to appeal to these haters and you try to fix whatever they're telling you, then you're going to stay stuck. You will stay stuck in that position for your entire life. And I'm going to say this again because I feel like some of you are going to be like, oh yeah, that kind of does make sense. Why would you ever search for somebody's approval when that person is lesser than you are right now? Right? If you were listening to some of these people's approval, and then you look at who they are and what they do, and they are out every night drinking, doing all this bad stuff that's not progressing their life at all, it's actually regressing their life, why would you ever listen to them? Why would you ever listen to somebody who's in a lesser spot than you are right now? You're doing something that is eliciting their attention. They're giving their attention to you, taking time out of their day to put you down when they couldn't dream of doing half the stuff you're doing right now. Don't listen to all those people who are lesser than you are. And to go off this, you could try to be liked by everyone. It's not possible, but you could try. You could try to make everybody like you. And you may succeed a little bit. You might succeed a little bit. But it's not the people who like you that are the ones you want to stick around. It's the ones who respect you. And with respect comes that liking and comes the understanding from those people. And this will push you further than listening to any hater ever will. I would rather be respected by one person than liked by 1,000 people. And it's because that person's going to stick with you through everything you do, and they will never put you down. They are just going to bring you up to that next level. And to kind of go off this, do not fear hate. I used to not post on social media because I was worried about what other people would think. But these other people had never worked on themselves, had never posted on social media. So I think back to it, I'm like, why was I really afraid to post on social media? It's because I was living my life for these other people and for their approval. And that is the wrong mindset to have. The second I stopped living life for other people's approval was the second that I gained a lot of weight. I started posting on social media. I met a lot more people, and my life got so much more interesting just because I stopped listening to what everybody else would have to say, or rather being worried about what everybody else would say. Right? So don't fear hate. Honestly, you should want to receive hate, because then you're realizing I'm doing something that matters. Keep building and keep pushing, and when anybody hates on you, that's just proof that you're doing what needs to be done. If nobody's hating on you, then you need to step it up.